have said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Rebels will put total leather to crank us up. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Gun. The running back has it. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Back to pass on second down. Fakes to grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. He'll take that completion.
A big third down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, fourth down in their own end, and they're going for it. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
This offense has it with really good field position. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds space on the right. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. And the Rebels racing to the line in a hurry up. The play action fake. Under fire. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to go up top. Pulls it in.
Complete to the back. Loses 4. Brings up third and goal.
Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now.
On a big third down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot. There he goes. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
That pass is incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Makes a grab past the marker. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, then you open it up for the passing game.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Throws to the wideout. Pick off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions.
I love the defense's approach on this drive. They didn't panic. They gave up some yards, but what did they do? They forced a third down, a predictable situation, played great discipline, broke on the football, and forced the big interception.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. The run from the shotgun. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. find some fresh air. Oh, he's got some space. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because, Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Complete to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Offense getting set for first down. Motion from the wide receiver. He wants to throw it. Bringing the heat. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Yeah, you could tell he was locked in. And plays are meant to go to certain guys, but sometimes you got to get back, you got to read the defense, and make a different decision if they play the right defense. And right there, that was one of those times.
Second down coming up. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. Oh, man, he almost picked that one off in the end zone. Instead, it'll be third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Here comes a third down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. Might be changing the route. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Plucks it out of the air. Wide open spaces. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business.
One of the things I love about this wide receiver, it's not all bombs and posts and go routes. Third and long, you just kind of run him not too far down the field. He makes the catch, and he's so dangerous, making moves, using his speed and elusiveness. He finds a way to get that first down and keep the offense on the field.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Final play of the quarter coming. Wants to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. And the pass falls incomplete, and we are through one quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got his man out of the backfield. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on third down. They just want to make the home run, highlight-type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. And now on second down for this offense. Wants to go up top. It's complete on the right side. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on first down. Rushes on him. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
Back open in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Bells and whistles have got to be going off in this quarterback's head now. It's third and long, so you know you're expecting pressure. You got to know where your hot routes are. You got to be able to read the coverage and make sure you get this football out of your hands quickly to not take a sack or worse, turn the football over.
Going for it all. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen, but the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
They'll give it to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Catches it at the 30. He gets a block. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. Power football with the run. Fighting off the defender. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. Caught close to the marker. It's Johnson. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Under fire. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
When we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one, they knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Here comes the field goal unit. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. The missed field goal leaves us with a double-digit game still sitting at 10.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. This quarterback part of their running game. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
And the Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Calls his own number. And he picks up the 1st down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Breaks into the open. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Rebels! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance.
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
And he's going to bring this one out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason.
Holds it in down the middle. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Once he got some room, it was over.
And I'm not going to say that was a must score, but that was a must score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
So they got got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Coming out with it, it's Horn. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Off the play fake. The sweet feet buy a little time. He's picked off and he's thrown a dozen of them. Gun room at the 35. He'll try to take it back. Smashes ahead. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And what a change in momentum. It looked like the offense was going to score points. Not only does the defense pick it off, but a great individual effort on the return, now setting their team up in field goal range to try and steal 3 points before the end of the half.
Absolutely center cut. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. One-score game, still the first half, and they want the ball right back, going for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The gift to the back. Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complete.
Turning it on! Smashes through the tackle. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Got some room in into the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
A big third down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. Finds his back in the middle. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And he wasn't able to push the ball downfield, sort of turned into check down Charlie, and they didn't get it to the sticks.
It's the only place the quarterback could have gone with the ball, Reese. That was the only spot for a play to be made. You just try to get it to your running back. You hope he can make a guy miss and maybe get north. Wasn't able to do that, and now we've got fourth down.
And now about this lower intestinal fortitude. 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Going the other way, and he's got room. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Gets it out quickly. There he goes. Headed to the end zone. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Rebels. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. They'll leave it with him. Across the 25, he's got room. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The offense set for a first down play. Grabbed behind the line, it's Johnson. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? No, I just lost yards on a screen play. How does that happen?
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Here's a heat. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. Tight end now in motion. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Fires to the middle. And it's picked off for the third time today. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Got him downfield. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Made the grab and then did the rest himself and then put points on the board.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy, you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Johnson. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
Well, the quarterback did a really good job there, hanging in and delivering the pass, knowing that he was going to get hit. That really paid off for the offense.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
When I get inside the 3 at 1st and goal, I want to be aggressive with the run. I want to be physical. I want to be the more dominant team. You might know it's coming, but I'm still going to bring it. They tried to go with the changeup.
Touchdown, Bama! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Off-play action on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Nice catch along the sidelines, but they get nothing out of it. Now on 2nd down. It's Horn. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the third quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One final quarter to play, and a W in the win column at stake as we open the fourth. So we open the final period with a third down play. On the move. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Rebels in the hurry up.
They run it, they get the first down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
It'll be 3rd and long. Off play action. Pressure coming. Took a shot as he threw. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and take it back. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires to the wideout. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Man, do I love being a defensive lineman in games like today when you know you got to go get the quarterback. Like, they're down on the other side. They have to throw the football. Only chance they have to get back in. I'm playing the pass every time, pinning my ears back, and going to get the quarterback.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Under fire. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
He's going for the big play. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
Bring in the heat. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Quarterback may change this route. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's complete to the left. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Rebels will have it first and 10.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism.
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Bringing it back at the 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown tie. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Love to see the defense still fighting hard this late in the game. Great job jumping the route, catching it, takes it back for a touchdown. Not too much time to celebrate, though. You're still trailing in this game. You still got some work to do, but no doubt that play is going to give this defense a little bit more confidence.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Michigan State looks like 5 miles of bad road today. Offensively, the wheels have come off. Defensively, one pothole after another. They're trailing by 35 to Michigan. This
Touchdown, Rebels! Stealing a score on special teams. They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1? Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
And those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Bears the pressure. Blasted as he lets it go.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy. And because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football. And that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on third down. Instead, they're staring at fourth.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him, and you say, I can make somebody miss or look.
Hauls it in the first down and more. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Gonna look downfield again. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now through the play caller, certainly through the quarterback, but you're going to have time to throw.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got the back over the middle. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game. But as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game. Taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
On fourth down, going to the air. Throws to the wideout. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like
looking to take a shot. Reels it in down the left side. It's a running room. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Here comes the two-point try. Wide receiver comes in motion. Now the play fake. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Here comes the heat. Finds a man on the right. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. To the air on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
They'll run play action. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Timeout called by the defense. 23 seconds left on the clock. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. They'll send the back in motion. On fourth down, looking to pass. He tries to take the top off. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. He's looking to throw. Rushes on him. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is complete. Just complete and utter dominance, and this one outweighed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.